and there'll be a picture on that one. Kind of similar to what we had done before, a different speaking prompt to go along with it. But for just to start off, we'll just start with an icebreaker. Just some, I thought it might be an interesting question to talk about, saying, what is the best advice you've ever received? Someone has said it to you. Who said it, and how did it impact your life? What advice was that? And you feel free to put up the hand emoji if you're someone that says, I would like a chance to answer. I'm excited to answer. I want a chance to speak. Please call on me. You can put up the hand emoji. That helps me out to know that you're interested. And if not, I might call on some names as well. I was thinking about how I would answer this question, and I had trouble thinking of like a person who had given me advice. Of course, lots of people have given me advice in my life. But what really came to mind was some advice I had read from the Bible, actually. So I don't know that it's advice or really truth, but I was telling it to my sister today, so it's in my brain. I remember learning there's a verse in the Bible talking about a soft answer turns away wrath, meaning when someone's really angry, to be gentle and kind and understanding in return instead of being angry back. And I really took that to heart when I read that verse back, I don't know, as a teenager or something. And it has changed the way I've lived my life ever since. Just, it's normal to get angry in life, and sometimes when people are mad at you, you want to get mad back. And I've just learned to, instead of getting mad back, to just respond with care and kindness. And it's really changed my relationship with those people and has helped those people through those difficult moments in their lives. And I don't know, it's really impacted how I respond to people. So that would be my answer to the question, just as an example of how you could answer. So, what's the best advice you've received? Who said it? How did it impact your life? Is it San Lin Tetong? Would you like to share?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah, I like to.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go first. Could you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so the best advice I have ever received is like to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It was from my mom. My mom told me to be honest. Like whatever you do, you have to be honest. Uh, and like it's really helped me. Like by being honest, your my like friendships. I get better in friendship, making friends, a lot of things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I I I I have a rather skill in like communications.
Mm-hmm.
By being honest, I actually honesty is the best policy. Like whatever you do is really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I
Like
completely agree.
yeah, really, yeah. So my best advice is that like to be honest.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I agree. I think being honest just gets you out of so much trouble if you just choose to tell the truth in the first place. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you for sharing. Is it Hani or Hanny? Would you like to share next?
Yes,
Hi.
thank you.
Mhm.
I would like to talk about the man that who talked to me. His name is John Freebird, and he's from New York. With
Mhm.
also, he's also our church member as well. He came from New York to our church, and it was around 2008. I don't remember the exact year, and he was on a platform and he said he introduced himself and talked about his job, his career. And when I realized that he is an engineer, I asked him that, how do you know your purpose in your life?
Mhm.
And he said simply that like, oh, I just pray. And so what should I do to know the purpose of my life, and what should I do in my life? And I asked him about that, and he said only just pray. That's very simple word, and we do it every day. It's very simple, but at the time I feel like, oh, that's it. I was like, I was not very was not very enjoyed because it's we do it every day,
Mhm.
but nothing happens that much. But when I was 19, I faced some very difficult personal affairs and concerning relationship with people.
Mm.
And at that time, all I can do was uh, pray. And it was 2019, I guess. It was around February,
Mhm.
and I was very downhearted, and I want to give up. I want to surrender. How do I say? Feel like I don't want to live anymore. I feel like at
Yeah.
that time, I felt like I don't want to live anymore. And then
Yeah.
one day I heard a preacher preach, "Oh, God loves you unconditionally, and He loves you the way you are." And I heard that, and then I started praying. That was the first time that I talked to God personally. I have been my whole life I've been praying to God, but it's like talking from my side, not
Mhm.
talking to a person and personally and wholeheartedly. And that was the first time, and since then my whole life was changed, and also my mindset. God changed me, and
Mhm.
that was the first time that I realized, oh, the only the word he said was really very effective, and it was the best advice for me I've ever had. So
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story. It's so amazing how, like, that first or initial reaction you had to him saying, "Just pray," is like, "What?" That's like, "What's that gonna do?" You know?
yeah.
And then when you actually pray, right, and you need God, he really is there. And he really does, like you're saying, he speaks back. And it's not just that he hears, but he starts to change our lives and our perspectives and the way that we think and view the world and how we think about him. And like that joy of hearing God's voice and his love for you that is hard to hear unless you're praying because that's when you're talking with him. And so that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um Arsarko and Luna, would you like to share next?
Yeah, as for me, the best advice I ever received is from my teacher.
Mhm.
And my father also gave me a lot of advice, but for the best and most useful advice is from my teacher.
Mhm.
He told us about the GED test and the way the way that really impacts to our life and the way to go to reach to our goal. And that is really important for me because before I met with teacher and before I got the advice from the teacher, I always lost my way to reach my goal because I want to be a doctor, and I don't want to live in my country. I want to study abroad. So at first I don't know about my goal. Yeah, goal actually, and I also don't know the way to reach my goal. But for now, I really know about it, and I try my goal. My goal for now, and I that's really impact and motivate to me.
Mhm.
That's all.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. That was excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it's really important, right? Knowing how to meet. It's great to have goals, but if you don't know how to achieve those goals, then it's a little difficult to achieve them. So that's wonderful advice. Thank you for sharing. Melody, will you share next?
Well, Yep. Um. 7 months ago, I got received the best advice ever because I'm discussing with my psychiatrist because how can I say, I'm discussing about my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's really affect on my life because sorry for talking about that because I sometimes I have myself and I'm doing uh bad things. So she said to me, "Don't do it and never give up your life and stay keep going."
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about more about that. Don't do and she gave and advice and medicines
Mm-hmm.
and that goes my best advice for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. That that's very important. And the ability to have that support in your life, right? It makes all the difference. That's great. Thank you for sharing. It's June Mimi Cha.
Yes, teacher. Good morning,
Ah,
teacher. Yeah.
morning.
Um, the first advice I've ever received is from my aunt,
Mm-hmm.
uh, last month. Yeah, and she told me that, uh, try your try your best. Don't be lazy. Because if you really try hard from now on, you will get miraculous thing, and you will achieve your goals and dreams that you desire now. And yeah, actually, I'm a student, so I am now studying, and uh, but actually, I don't know what to do, and I don't know what I can be. Uh, yeah, I can be the helpful person for the people that are around me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that, and it really yeah, makes me more energetic, and it gives me more motivation that I need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So after hearing that advice, uh I think I can try my best. I can try my best, and I can be a person better than I really yeah, I really are. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
am. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. I remember my mom gave me similar advice when I was young, telling me just try my best. That you don't have to be a perfect person. You just have to do your best, and that is all that's required of you. And it takes you so far in life to just do your best. And so, yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing.
teacher. Thank you.
Yeah. Kira, would you like to share next?
In my life, my friends, my parents, and all the different people give me a lot of advice. The best advice I have received is like, don't say you can if you don't try it, if you haven't tried it. Like, it's from my friend. And she said that because I always tell like I think I can do it. It's really hard. I and I think I'm not good for it, but like she always say that you can do it. Just try it. And like if I try it, sometimes I think the things I think the thing I can do it is like really good at. I really good at like that I sometimes it's really good on me the things that I think is really hard, and it's sometimes it's really easy. Like it really affects on me the thing she gives me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It like opens the door to try new things and being willing to try new things. And then you, like you're saying, you discover that you're actually really good at some things and you wouldn't have been if you had never tried. And yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing. Alexi, will you like to share next?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Uh, in my life, I've received a lot of advice from my family or my friends or my teacher. But if I have to mention the best advice I've ever received, it must be to do meditation before making important decision. When I am stressed, anxious, or furious, I received it from my grandmother.
Mhm.
She told me the result would be super bad if you make an important decision when you have a
Mhm.
bad feeling, and it impacted my life a lot. Especially, I prioritize important decision correctly without any mistake. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, I know that feeling. I making decisions, especially big decisions, right? That like change the course of your life can feel so intimidating. And I agree, having a being able to think calmly about it and you know, making the proper decision is so important to take your time and have that moment before you make the decision. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Is it Draco? Would you like to share next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
hello,
yeah, hello, and my name is Draco.
Draco. Okay, thank you.
So, the best advice that I have ever received is from my teacher, and the advice goes and just go ahead, never give up, and no matter how hard it's that, one day you will receive your goals. Yeah. So
Mhm.
it gives me a lot of motivations. Whenever I want to give up, I always remember her advice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's true too, right? That's great. Thank you for sharing. Moana Sung, would you like to share next? Is that how you Yeah, hello.
Uh, I want uh, once army when Burmese armies assumed a new law, and many of people lost their work, and many of people got depressions, and this one is give me motivate is we are we are struck we are struggling in different ways, financially, academically, socially, spiritually, and maybe mentally. But that doesn't mean we should stop right away and give up. Learn to rest and continue when you are ready enough. There is no such thing as rest in life. Just take your time and everything will be all right.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I agree. You have to keep moving forward. You can only do your best, like someone else said. That's great. Thank you for sharing. Um, I'm not sure how to say your name, dear. Is it Ian son? How do you say your name? Eant. You have your yeah. Yes. How do you say your name? Can you tell me?
I call my name Tusen.
It's a son.
Tusen.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for telling me.
Okay, sure.
Would you like to answer the question? Yes.
Yes.
My favorite advice it came from my brother, and it is to game. It all started when my dad bought me a new computer. And then my brother said to game, and then when I came, I like the gaming, so like I wanted to be a gamer one day, so I really doing gaming with my brother. My brother is now streaming this shit. I hope I can get famous.
Yeah, that would be so fun. What kind of games do you play?
I play Roblox.
Yeah. Very.
And Roblox have like every kind of game in. Yeah, that's all the shit.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. A bunch of my students in my classroom, they play Roblox. They really like it. I have one student in particular. He's like a gamer like you, and he plays all sorts of different games. He likes to tell me about them. Very fun. Thank you for sharing. You're gonna have to help me with your name. Is it Kong Yatet? Yes, please tell me how to say your name. Are you there? I can't hear you. I'm not able to hear you. It looks like you're unmuted, so I'm not sure. Yes, okay, I can hear you now. Hello.
The best advice I ever received from teacher.
Yes.
His name is Tr. He always did it for me. One time he says, however you don't for never give because I always is spreading for a little mistake. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That was awesome. And I agree. It's important to be able to move past those types of things. Okay. Lumna, would you like to share next?
Me? Yes, I want to share, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And in my life, I have received many advice from people around me. But the bad advice from my parents and my teachers. Uh, my parents always teach me how to behave and how to see other people well. And from me, my teacher teach me education as not only teachers but also as a parent. She he teach me how to go to our goal and how to use and in order to go there and to in my life to be successful how um, how to do and do the best in the given situation and their advice and so impact my life and I know that their their advisors are made me successful in my life. So in my opinion, they are the best for me.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. It's so good when we have people in our lives that care about us and help us. Yeah, thank you. Harry, would you like to share next?
Yeah. My best advice from my dad is to be successful. It's helped me a lot of things. I know how to skate and how to do judo, and I can also ride a bike now.
Mm-hmm. That's super fun. I love riding bikes. That's great. Thank you for sharing. Is it Lumna? Are you there? Lumnaw? If not, we'll just go to the next person. Is it Yeyint? Yeyint?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The best advice I have ever received from my mom. And she said, as long as you are lazy, you will never be successful. It's an impact on me not have to be lazy anymore. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, there's a perspective. Sometimes we need people to kind of give us that push in life, and it makes us want to prove them wrong. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Van Xiang Na?
Okay, hello. Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for this time. And the best advice I have received is to be faithful. And I have received this advice from my professor at the time of I was 17. He always said to me, be faithful in reading the Bible and prayer regularly. When I practice this thing, it is very hard because we need discipline, and we also have temptation. And but after now I practice this thing, and it helps a lot in many way, and the way of us talking, and also it give me to the desire to help other people also, and it is the best advice I have received. Yes, to be faithful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. I agree. I think those things that are good for us, particularly what you're talking about, right? Reading your Bible, praying, when you're faithful, when you're dedicated to that, it doesn't just change your life, it changes other
Yeah.
people's lives. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for sharing.
Okay.
Lemna, are you back? Would you like to share?
Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I want to say good morning, everyone. Um, the the best advice that I have ever received is from the Holy Bible. The Bible said a foolish person doesn't do the most important thing on time. The impact is that I no longer make excuses for the most important things I must do. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's a great lesson to learn in life. Awesome. Okay. Tr, would you like to share next?
Yes, teacher. At
Yeah.
first, I won't say about myself. I am my mood is in a mood swing every another circumstance. So the best advice is for me, don't arrogate on success or and when I face a problem, don't be sad. It comes through, it pass through. So my brother said it. This is so impactful. It's impact my life from my life. I because of advice, I live in balance. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you did great. That was wonderful. But trying to find balance in life can be difficult, so that's wonderful.
Thanks, teacher.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Excellent job. Is it Bon Miat Min?
Bông miệng mình.
Bon Miat
Yeah.
Min. Okay. Hello.
Hello, teacher. For me, the best advice that I've ever received is from Taylor Swift. She said, like, life can be heavy, especially if we try to carry all things at once. And part of growing up and moving into new chapters of our life, we have to decide what thing to hold on and what thing to release. And we can't carry all things at once. And she said, like, the good things in our life are lighter anyway, so there's more room for them. And after listening that speech from Taylor Swift, I realized that in our life we have to release something that are really heavy for us, like toxic relationship. That's all, teacher.
Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful
Thank you,
job.
teacher.
May Tusomo.
Yeah, that's me. So, the best advice I've ever received, it was from my mom who said it. It was my mom who said it. She's always given me the best advices. So, one of the best advice she's ever given me is to not fall in love, because around my age as a teenagers like me can fall in love easily. And she told me that's not real love, and she told me just like they're just disturbing me to achieve my goals. So she told me just to focus on my goals, do my job, and not fall in love, so that I can just find a really nice man when I grow up. And that was really useful. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's great. Sensible advice. That's the adjective I would use. Very sensible. Thank you for sharing. Is it how do you say your name? The three of you. Yes, could you tell me how to say your names? You have your hand raised. Yes.
And the best advice I have. Hi.
Hello.
And the best advice I have the best advice I have even and received was from my grandmother, and who says always.
I'd love to have you share. What's happening is because you're all in the same room, it's like that feedback happens. So we'll move on to the next thing. I'm sorry about that. That happens sometimes. Thank you to everyone who shared. That was wonderful to first just hear the advice you received. It's wonderful to learn from each other, and then to get to practice your English and use those descriptive words. Excellent job. What we'll do is we'll do just a quick lesson, probably mainly review for you guys we're looking at verb tenses. And we've talked about the past, which you add ed to the end of verbs. We talked about the present, which is just like your verb, right, in the present. And today we'll talk about the future using the word will to be able to talk about the future. right? Like I will go somewhere, right? So today, what can we say about John tomorrow? He will go to school, right? So John will attend school tomorrow. Now, this PowerPoint was created by this person off to class, who published it onto the internet. And she tries, or he tries, to make this distinction that we use will to express the future, but we use going to express actions that have a definite plan. I think I disagree with that opinion. I don't know if anyone has ever said that to you or not. But people use will even with definite plans. Like, I will go to your party. That's a definite plan, right? I will come visit you. That's a definite plan. I will have fun. That's a definite plan. So I don't think that you need to make a distinction. Saying going to means that you're definitely going to do it, and will is less certain. I think will just means in the future that you will be doing it. In fact, I think will is pretty definite, not maybe or probably, but I will be doing this means that you'll be doing that in the future. So you take your subject, your noun, and then you add will and your infinitive or your verb, essentially, to show that you will be doing it in the future. So I will fly on an airplane, or it will be a sunny every day. It will land on time, right? We will be at school on Friday, etc. So quick reminder about those, maybe some new information for you perhaps. All right, we won't get too far into this activity, but we'll get it started and then we'll finish it tomorrow. But we'll kind of wrap our brains around it. So, like I had said, I'm not an ESL teacher. I don't have that background or that education. So when I was preparing for this class, I looked up a bunch of things that real ESL teachers do with their students. And this person who created this website down here is where I got it from. Who's an ESL teacher. She had a lot of different activities based on pictures. And so I thought that this might be a fun thing for us to do together. Get to practice our speaking, talk about descriptive words, use our imagination a little bit, use lots of social words, that kind of stuff. It would be the goal of this activity. So it says, what happened the moment before the picture was taken? But before we even answer that question, right, of imagining what could have made these children laugh, we first want to kind of practice, how could we describe it? What are you seeing? And the goal of this question is what vocabulary words we can use to describe the picture, trying to describe as many things as you can see. So the clothes that they're wearing, the people you see, what they're doing, why they might be there. Maybe you've experienced something like this before, right? And you're wanting to try and use as many vocabulary words as you can to just kind of describe all that you see, maybe the colors that you see, what they could be doing there. And then after we do some of that talking, then we will, either today or we'll do it tomorrow, we'll answer this third question here of what happened the moment before the picture was taken, to kind of think that way. So first, let's just describe it. What do you see? What are you noticing? What could they be doing there? And if you'd like to share, you can put up your hand emoji. I'm also happy to call on names if that's needed. But if you'd like to share, go ahead and raise your hand. Thank you for always being first and eager to share. I appreciate that. Salin Tetong.
Hello, yeah. So thank you. I see like there are a lot of students with their parents. Maybe there are a lot of children with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
I would describe these children with like joyful, happy, and maybe a little naughty, I guess.
Okay, so delightful, they're happy. You said they're a little naughty. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And the moment before the picture was taken might be like something hilarious things happen. Like some hilarious things might happen before the picture was taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I would say like some funny things happened before they left. Yeah, and the picture was taken after that.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing. I like
Thank you
this
so
one.
much.
Delightful, happy, hilarious.
And naughty.
And naughty,
Naughty.
that's right. They don't seem naughty to me, but we'll go with it. I like it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Aunt Datsun. Is that how you say your name, hun?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, you go ahead.
They're like a little bit ridiculous and naughty, teacher. And then like something funny happened before they left, and then the picture was taken and laughing.
Mm-hmm. Did you say the word redonkulous?
Yes, teacher.
Where did you learn that word?
I read Thomas' book.
Okay.
My
I love that you use that word. So technically, that's not really an English word. It's a made-up word, but people have used it enough in society that people will say that word. But when you say that word, which is why it made me laugh, is it's just like a silly, funny word or a silly, funny way to say ridiculous, redonkulous, ridiculous. So thank you for making me laugh. That's a hilarious word. Moana-san, would you like to share?
Yes.
Yeah. I see the picture that they are watching some things, and they are laughing, and there's they with their teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all.
Awesome. Thank you. Hani, would you like to share next?
Yes, I see some kids laughing so hard, and some kids, others are clapping, and some adults accompanying them. Maybe they're their parents or their teachers, and I guess they're in a room and they're sitting. While sitting, maybe there is a stage show or a comedian performing in front of them to make them laugh.
Mm-hmm.
They're in some certain room, or maybe they're laughing someone who makes who makes jokes in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that word comedian, right? Or like a stand-up comedian or a performer, right? Any of those could work. That's great. You also used another wonderful word, accompany. I can't even say it. Accompanying, being like you, right? Being with them, taking care of them. That's a great vocabulary word that's hard for me to pronounce. Excellent job. R Circle and Luna, would you like to share next?
I saw the children look at something and laughing in that time, and they look really happy and enjoying that time, and yeah, they're also interested in something, and I think the thing they are interesting are really hilarious or ridiculous for them.
Mm-hmm.
The vocabulary to describe this photo is funny, hilarious, and sorrowful, and free, and also happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think something